Hey there, you guys. This is Dragon Ball and Cartoon Fan 2004 here. It's still currently New Year's Eve right now, but it's not going to be New Year's Eve for much longer. Less than an hour away, it will be midnight, and we'll be getting into the new year of 2023 and whatnot. And 2022 will finally be over. And I figured in the meantime I'd make this video. While I am gonna stay up late enough to catch the countdown on the TV to midnight on New Year's Eve, like I usually do at this time of year, I'm not going to record it or at least upload it onto YouTube because, we're gonna watch the countdown on live TV, and I don't want to get copyrighted. So, I figured instead I'd make this video that talks about the 4 cartoon shows that I tried out in this month, December of 2022, and these were also like pretty much all the cartoon shows I tried out in the year 2022 too. These are pretty much all the cartoon shows I tried out in the year 2022 as well. And by try out, I mean like shows that I've at least seen like one whole episode of. It can't be shows that I've just seen clips of or just seen like small YouTube footage of. No. I have to have seen like at least like one whole episode of the show to qualify for this type of list. And I know I've seen one whole episode of every single show that's on this list. And I've also seen more than one episode of at least 2 of the shows that are on this list. And with all this being said, I'm gonna start this list. But before I do so, in case if I spoil anything, spoiler alert. And also, guys, if you guys want to, you guys can tell me in the comment section down below what's your favorite show out of these 4 shows, or like, maybe like what shows or what cartoon shows you guys tried out in the year of 2022, that kind of stuff. And with all this being said, I'm gonna start this list, and let's get this list started. Okay, so first show that I'm gonna talk about is Craig of the Creek. Yeah, Craig of the Creek. I did do a video of me sharing my thoughts on this show, and I saw this at the very beginning of this month during one day where we're at my little sister friend Josie, where we're at a friend of my little sister Josie's, where we're at a house of hers, and I was on the TV, and I was watching Cartoon Network, and then I watched Gumball, and then I played Mario Party with Josie's friend's brother, and then we switched the TV back on, we switched it back on the Cartoon Network. Got to watch a bit of Craig of the Creek. And I did do a thoughts video on it later that night. And I saw like 1.5 episode of it. Like I saw like probably like most of one episode of it, and I saw one whole episode of it. And so far from what I've seen of it, it's just okay. Like it's not great, but it's okay though. It's an okay show. Like it's not worth watching. I wouldn't recommend watching it, but still, it's a good show. I think it's a good show. It's enjoyable. It has nice animation and good voice acting and whatnot. And it can be funny, but I wouldn't say it's great. I wouldn't say it's like the golden age of Cartoon Network. It's still a good show, but I don't think it's worth watching. I would say it's definitely my least favorite on this list. It's a good show, but it's not a Cartoon Network show that really like holds a special place in my heart on like other shows like Regular Show or Ed, Edd n Eddy or Gumball or Adventure Time, shows like those. But it's still a good show though. It's still a good show. And I've also heard news about it ending, about it coming to an end. I'm not too sad by it, since I don't watch it, and I'm not gonna miss the show that much when it ends, because I didn't really watch it that much during its run, and I didn't grow up that much with it like I have with other Cartoon Network shows. But I don't know, I guess maybe it's still kind of sad that's coming to an end, because series finales can be so sad pretty easily. But I'm not too sad that it's coming to an end though, because I didn't really watch that much when it was on, or I didn't really watch that much at all, or grow up with it that much or anything like that. For like the past 4 years it's been airing, so I won't miss it that much. Not that I'm glad that it's coming to an end, since I like the show, of course, but whatever, you know what I mean. But Craig of the Creek, from what I've seen of it, it's a good show, but I would probably never, there's a chance I might not ever bother to watch more of it. It's still a good show though, but not worth watching when we have better Cartoon Network shows out there. It's still a good show though, but definitely my least favorite out of the 4. Okay, next show I'll talk about is this one show that I watched I think it was during the second week. Was it it was during the first or second weekend of this month? And it was this one Disney Channel show that I've seen people put in spoof casts and whatnot. I've heard people talk about it off of YouTube and whatnot. And that's this Disney Channel show called Amphibia. Now, okay, in case if you don't know what Amphibia is, it's a Disney Channel show that came out a few years ago, back in 2019. And it's about frogs and stuff, and this little girl Anne living with these creatures and whatnot. Starting a friendship with this frog named Sprig, and this other frog named Hop Pop Planter, who is, in my opinion, the funniest character in the cartoon. And I saw the first 6 episodes of it, then I saw it, and it's a really good show. It's a really good show. It's enjoyable and whatnot. I really like it. It's a nice later Disney Channel show, and I like Amphibia. I can see why other people would like Amphibia because it is a really enjoyable show. It's pretty funny and whatnot, and out of the 4 shows I've seen, I'd probably say so far it's like my I don't know, maybe like my second or third favorite. The next up, like a couple weeks ago, during the early days of my Christmas vacation, which is still currently ongoing right now. It'll still be currently ongoing for a few days. I watched this one cartoon that also came out in 2019, and it's definitely the most mature show that's on this list, and the most adult-friendly show that's on this list, and that is this show called Hell of a Boss. Hell of a Boss. I think this or the next show that's on this list, I think one of these two would be my favorite show out of these 4 shows, probably. I'm not entirely sure for the last one because I only saw the first episode of it. But Hell of a Boss. I saw the first few episodes of it. I'm going to watch more of it. I am going to watch more of it. Should be easy to finish. The show only has 10 episodes so far, but I have heard it will get more episodes in the future and whatnot. And it good. It deserves it because it is a really good show. I saw the first few episodes of it off of YouTube, and it's a really good show. It's pretty funny. It has nice animation, it has great voice acting, and my favorite character in the show would be Moxie. I really like Moxie. He's a pretty entertaining character, and he feels really relatable, and he's really enjoyable. And I do really like how he is voiced by the same guy who did Zim from Invader Zim, and especially Billy from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. That's cool, and I saw the first few episodes of this adult cartoon show, and I really like it. Like, it's a really messed up show. It's a really messed up show, and it is a pretty dumb show, and it has a bunch of adult humor in it. That stuff I said in that one video I did, a bit ago that shares my thoughts on it. But I don't care. I still think it's a great show, and I will definitely continue it because it is a great show. I am really enjoying Hell of a Boss so far, and it's cool that the series will continue for more episodes because it does deserve it. It definitely deserves more than just 10 episodes. I realized on my thoughts video, sharing my thoughts on it, I accidentally said it only had 11 episodes. Oops, but whatever. We can all make mistakes like that in our YouTube videos and whatnot. But so far, Hell of a Boss. I'm really liking it. I'm really enjoying the characters like Moxie and Astolas and Blitz and Millie and whatnot. It's a really good show, and I do want to continue it. It is a really good show. Okay, and the final show on this list, I think this or Hell of a Boss would be my favorite show on this list, but I'm not entirely sure because I only saw the first episode of this show so far. I am definitely going to watch more of it. Maybe I'll watch another episode before I go to sleep tonight. I only saw the first episode of it, but it was a pretty long episode. It was like an over 45-minute long episode. Yeah, it was like around 45 minutes long at least. And that's the show. It's also the most recent show on this list too. It came out this month. It came out like a couple weeks ago, and I saw the trailer for it, and then I made a video sharing my thoughts on the trailer. And that's the show that is called Sonic Prime. Yep. Sonic Prime. I was looking forward to this show since I've been a big fan of Sonic for over the past year and a half now. And I love Sonic. I love Sonic, and I love characters like Shadow, Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Dr. Eggman. I think they're all great characters. And seeing them come back in this new cartoon show, it's awesome. And I saw the first episode of it tonight, and I gotta say that first episode was pretty damn good. It had a cool plot. It had a nice voice acting. It had nice voice acting. I did really like the plot of Sonic accidentally being sent to this like alternate world where everyone acts different, and how he struggles to try and get Tails to recognize him and whatnot, and how Tails is called 9 because he has 9 tails, most of them being like ones he built for himself and whatnot. Yeah, that's pretty cool, and I do like seeing the alternate versions of all these other characters, and I did like seeing the alternate versions of these other characters like Tails, Knuckles, Rouge, and Amy. Make them look more like troublemakers, make them look more juvenile, make them look more like troublemakers and whatnot, make them look different than how they usually do in Sonic. And as a Sonic fan, I did really enjoy this first episode. It was nice, it was enjoyable, it had a cool plot, had cool storytelling, had nice voice acting, yes, and I did, of course, catch all the stuff with my favorite Sonic character in the show, Shadow the Hedgehog. I did get pretty hyped up for when he bumped into Sonic at the end of the episode, and it seemed like Sonic and Shadow. The episode made it seem like Sonic and Shadow was about to get into a big fight with each other, but then they roll the end credits and they spend the last over 4 minutes of the episode rolling the end credits and whatnot. And I was getting pretty hyped up. And I haven't seen the second episode yet because I've been too lazy, but I will watch that second episode. And I did drop a community post right when I was about to watch Sonic Prime, the first episode. I'll probably drop a community post when I watch the second episode. Maybe I'll do it tonight before I go to sleep, because I'm sure this second episode will be so good. It will be a nice Sonic and Shadow centric episode. A nice episode that's centric to my 2 favorite Sonic characters and my favorite duo in the entire Sonic franchise. And it'll be awesome. I think I'll love this episode. I'll probably love it more than the first one. And I know there's so far only 8 episodes of the show so far, and I will continue it along with Hell of a Boss. I do really want to continue Sonic Boom. Sonic Prime. Sonic Prime and Hell of a Boss, because I think they're both great shows so far from what I've seen them, and I think they're easily the 2 best shows out of all 4 of these shows on the list. And I'm glad I watched both of them. And I'm glad I watched both of them when I tried both of them out this month and this year. I would say the same thing with Amphibia. I guess I would also say the same thing with Amphibia and Craig of the Creek, but I'm not too glad. I'm not as happy I saw them as I am with Hell of a Boss and Sonic Prime, but I still like both of those shows, though, especially Amphibia. I would say it's the 3rd best out of the 4. As for, I would say the best, definitely my favorite out of these 4 shows would either be Hell of a Boss or Sonic Prime. I am not entirely sure. Maybe if I watch more of Sonic Prime, I'll figure it out. Maybe in the future I'll let you guys know which show I prefer between these two shows. But just know right now, I'm really liking both of these shows so far. I'm really liking both of these shows, Sonic Prime and Hell of a Boss. And when I think about which one I prefer, I think I will review it to you guys, whether it be on live streams, or maybe I want to do some kind of comparison video that compares Sonic Prime and Hell of a Boss together, even though it might be a pretty weird comparison, because they're both obviously 2 different shows, and one of them is based off a video game, and the other is an adult cartoon that's not based off a video game. But still, I think it'd be a fun comparison. And this is how I'd rank these 4 shows from worst to best. Number 4, Craig of the Creek. Number 3, Amphibia. And number 2 and number 1. Number 2 would either be Sonic Prime or Hell of a Boss, and same thing with number 1. I'm not entirely sure which show I like more between these 2. I think they're both great shows when I see them, but maybe after I watch more of Sonic Prime, I'll figure it out. Those are pretty much all the shows I tried out in the year of 2022, and also in December of 2022. And that's about it, guys. Just know I like all 4 of these shows, and at least probably 3 out of the 4 I consider to be great shows, especially Hell of a Boss and Sonic Prime. Those shows are pretty fire. But that's about it, guys. This would be my final video of 2022, and we move on to the year 2023. And wouldn't be surprised if I had uploaded every video daily for the year 2023. Looking at how I've been consistently uploading videos daily for a while now, and probably over 70%. Probably over 70 or 80%, let's say, of this year 2022. And we'll see if I'll be able to upload videos daily on 2023, or if I would want to do that. But guys, with all that being said, that's all for this video. Those are the 4 shows I tried out in December of 2022 and pretty much all of 2022. What's your guys' favorite show out of these 4 shows? What are your thoughts on these shows? What were the cartoon shows you guys saw during the year 2022? You guys can answer those questions in the comment section down below if you want. And with all this being said, that's all for this video, you guys. Bye, everyone. Happy New Year, and thank you all for watching this video.